One of us stuck the thermometer back in the bedroom window, and for a while it thought it was very, very hot in here. So I am relieved to see that it's not actually as bad as I had thought. Not great, still a very hot day. Could be worse.
Tuesday was ridiculously hot outside, and thankfully most of the house inside was only 29, the bedroom being the anomaly.
Look at these cute babies! I'm so excited! My ground cherries took forever, but look at them! Happy Friday! We're not going to do very much tonight because I had a lot of work to do because it was a reporting day. So I'm just going to try to get the last of this yellow bit that Andy didn't get the other day. I'm going to chip away at this wall. The good news is there's probably not even 4 square feet on that wall that hasn't already been skimmed, but just a little, if I leave it, the paint will definitely come off. So I'm gonna just faff around with that a little bit. So not very much tonight. And then in the morning, when we've got kind of all day and no plans to be anywhere for the first time in a very long time, we're just gonna blitz this thing. The biggest challenge we have right now is just the weather. Not only is it just making us hot and sticky, but I can't skim this room in this kind of heat. The skim would just crack before I even had a chance to paint it. So we just have to wait it out and be patient because I've already done this room so many times. I really don't want to do it a whole nother time because I let everything crack. So patience is what we're practicing. Let's do some stuff. Well, obviously this is annoying, but as we say, better to find out now than 2 months from now when all the paint comes off the wall. So we're just gonna have to strip it back to where I've skimmed, which I don't think is too far up the wall. Yeah, so just gonna chip away at this for a bit. Okay, so the good news is that wall came off super easy. The bad news is that wall came off pretty easy. The razor blade tool is much more effective than the chisels that we've been using for ages. But unfortunately, it's probably quite an old blade. I don't know where the new ones are. So tomorrow, we'll just sand the rest of this yellow off, sand around the edges, because basically the white bits that are left are where I've already skimmed the wall. So it'll just be a slightly precarious exercise to try to get those edges to line up. But as I've mentioned before, we'll probably bust into that wall when we do the bathroom and have to redo it again anyways. So I'm not too fussed about that one. It's really about getting the other ones. So tomorrow is sanding. I've got some just TSP, sugar soap wipes coming just to try to speed it up so that we can wipe all the walls down before we skim. As I have time this week after work, I will just do my best to pick away at it because we have to bring our cats back before the 4th of July and hopefully sooner than that. So we are now in a little bit of a crunch time to get the house done enough that it's safe for our little fur babies. We'll catch you in the morning. I need a break. Look at it! I'm gonna eat one. Which one am I gonna eat?
We're filming, not talking.
I'm gonna eat one. Oh, maybe this one? I'm gonna eat this one.
Oh, it's so tasty too. I highly recommend. Look at our little baby strawberry harvest. Because we realized that we're out of syrup for our pancakes. So we're having...
Apparently honey continues to be an unacceptable option for American food purism.
Why you gotta sass me? I like some strawberries. I grew some strawberries.
Yes, I suggested something apart from the George Washington prescribed maple syrup, and you went, right, harvest our tiny fruit crop.
Yeah, look at this. It is a bounty. Andy makes a fine pancake. Look at these sunflowers. Look at them. I will weed through them in a few days and put some in the front garden.
Just before I get back to work, I thought I'd step out into the garden and enjoy the sounds of local children, small birds, and the onions. And apparently, the onions are starting to try and bolt and become flowers. You thought you were an actual flower and not just a source of cheap onions. Nice try. Or, as for you... Ooh. Oh, no, that was the one I just cut. Right, anyone else want to go? That's what I thought.
Okay, we've broken our fast, so we're just gonna do a quick sweep up in here, trying to keep it slightly better. Andy's gonna scrape around the edges just to get as much from the top as we can. Then I'm just gonna sand all the yellow off, sand the edges as best we can so that the skim will hopefully not have too big of a seam there, because I don't want to go too thick with the skim, just enough to get everything to stick to these walls. Once everything's done, we'll wipe it down with sugar soap, so hopefully it's dry enough to skim. So Andy's just using his tallness to get up to the level that I couldn't get, just to make sure that all the paint up there is as secure as possible. We think it is because it was quite a different texture under it. So hopefully we won't find out otherwise in the future. Nice one, babe. We're going to take a little break while the vacuum and sander cool down a bit. I might try to cool down a bit my own self. And then we'll get the bottom half of the wall and just a few bits and bobs that aren't coming off easily with the sander. We'll give them another scrape. Then around the top, and this room's ready for skim.
While it will be some weeks until we actually get back to painting the hallway, I just thought while I was doing the sanding and filling everything up with lots and lots of dust, Andy could make a bit of headway in that. So someday, after the floors are laid, we'll actually paint all of the hallway. It's the very last thing.
Right, and that's just as far as I got before breaking. Not quite as much as I was hoping. One that looked like, well, I was in the thick of it. Fair enough.
I had put my phone on Do Not Disturb because my family kept messaging me and making the video stop, but that also meant that I missed 2 calls and 3 texts from our next door neighbor, who was not impressed by our late night sanding.
so exhausted. It's not perfect, but I think it's the best we can do. Just no more scraping is really helping. The weak spot is definitely the fake skirting board around the bottom. But since we're going to put actual skirting board in here, I'm just not going to stress out about it. Yeah, I just can't. So obviously we'll have to wipe everything down in the morning because I am just too effing pooped to do it tonight. So gross.
Good morning. So while Andy's making a wee fry up, I'm just gonna get everything tidied up in here, vacuumed and swept. And then we'll start wiping down the walls with the sugar soap. Then we've got to go run some errands in town real quick.
We also finally had to break down and order a skip to arrive on Monday because we just have bags and bags of peeled paint and crap.
Look at these sunflowers. Only now we have to go to B&Q and get more compost so we can transplant some of them. But very pleased with that.
Okay, let's scrub.
Finished putting everything in the middle of the room next. Now we finished putting everything in the middle of the room. Right. Useful directions. Remove lid container.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's not very wet actually. I'm tempted to.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a bit disappointing because like that's how long it stayed wet. Pretty much completely dry now.
Well, we are also using them on a completely porous surface.
Yeah.
I mean, yes, you're not wrong. Yeah, these are not. They're
No,
not exactly.
it's basically pointless. So I was gonna see where the other sugar soap went. Maybe we could just add some more moisture to it.
Well, the spray, or
Yeah.
because this one looks like it's already been diluted a few times. I can't describe exactly what it looks like at this point because this is a family-friendly show.
Yeah, I'll admit that's rather disappointing.
Yes,
There's
so there's no moisture in them, and they're fucking flimsier than Keir Starmer's defence of any of his policies. So it doesn't either cover. Yeah, they don't work.
No, certainly not without doubling up on them. Well, that's very annoying. I want my 10 pounds back.
Yeah, we might have to actually buy some more sugar soap.
You can get someone to go to B&Q.
I mean, yes,
But I'm just wondering if we should just go do that now then.
possibly.
This is pointless. Okay, shopping trip.
Join us after this break.
No sign of flowers on the daylily yet, but apparently it's very happy that I divided it last fall, because Jesus.
And as if by magic, we're back. So hopefully this will be a bit nicer for scrubbing the wall down here. Can you just grab a couple of the big towels out of the bathroom there? I mean, like, not big towels, but you know, like kitchen towels or that kind of size.
Oh.
Like some of the ones I bought you when we were first dating, kind of age.
Apparently, yes.
Nice. Yes, given the amount of holes these have in them, this feels like a good use of them.
Yes. Right, yes, I was going to suggest.
Oh, look at this bitch. As soon as I put the sugar soap on, all this comes right off. Rude.
In the interest of not having to do the office a third time, we just wanted to make sure that we did a dry wipe down of all the dust with the sugar soap, a wet sugar soap, and then a rinse. Yes, it took all afternoon, and we were wiped.
The only other thing I was wondering is just, should we run the washcloth just around the edge to try to get all that dry stuff so that when I'm skimming it doesn't get sucked up into the mix.
Do you mean on the floor or on the wall?
Like along the floor.
I mean, I can't say I'm excited by it, but you're right. That's, given the state of the floor, we'll have to have a more extensive clean before we start putting the
Well, of
floorboards down.
course,
But
we'll do a proper mop and then my brain said so because my brain isn't working, and then just sand any spots that have got like glops.
I was gonna say, did you really want to do 5 minutes of just pulling up tape on real time?
I just never know if I'm going to explain stuff that I can then just put over the hyperlapse.
Today we're pulling up sellotape from the floor. It's an intricate process where you peel up sellotape from the floor.
Painter's tape, actually?
It's a joke, actually.
Oh, joke. I genuinely don't know if you were trying to walk like an Egyptian or be a little teapot just then.
Teapot? Egyptian.
Thank you.
Anyway, you were about to say a thing.
No, I'm just, because it is both annoyingly hot for doing this kind of labor, but not as hot. I just don't know how quick these walls are going to dry.
I would presume probably not today, given it's 4 o'clock, about 20 past. 4:20 blaze it like.
Yeah, I think we'll have to leave it till tomorrow night. And what we can do tomorrow night is just do the purple joint, or purple spackle on all the cracks. Let that dry one more day. And then, you are such a good model assistant. Yeah, so I think we'll just do that tomorrow night. And then we'll see when I get home from work Tuesday night if I've got the energy to actually skim. Oh, you were so close to going out. Danced with the window. There you go. Eyes are so dumb.
And then skim on Wednesday at worst.
Yeah, I think and then skim on Wednesday. See if our Friday night date can be putting a mist coat on so that as soon as we get back from the funeral, we can put color.
Yes. Meanwhile, the main point was the absolute anti-recommendation of these sugar soap wipes. See if they can get in focus for their shit.
So bad.
Like-
Useless.
Barely any actual, sugar soap solution on them, and definitely not enough structural integrity to stay in one piece when you're actually wiping a wall. So, sugar soap fail, wipe fail, don't buy whatever that brand was.
Terrible. Absolutely terrible. All right.
So, in the meanwhile, we're just going to wipe down the floors to get all of the muck by the edges so we don't plaster it up in.
Yep.
And then we're playing video games.
Yay! We'll see you Monday.